Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Gonna have a crossout video for us today, guys. Now in today's video we are going to be going over the Scaddy, the legendary, what do you call it, an ice thrower, ice flamethrower, wherever it may be. In Crossout, I've had quite a number of people message me over the past coming weeks about these weapons, telling me that they are pretty good. So I wanted to do a video basically giving them every advantage we can at a very high power score, sort of end game tier build, just to see how well they can do. The objective of this video is basically we're going to be going after the builds that I think Scaddies will do best against. So if anyone's wondering what the difference is between the Scaddy and say a Firebug, for instance, I won't compare them to the Draco, even though they're both legendary, because a Draco is a fixed fire weapon, whereas a Scaddy is a turret-like ice thrower, more like a Firebug. So I'll compare them to Firebugs, even though I shouldn't, because Firebugs are relics, but either way. The difference between a Scatty is and a Firebug is obviously you've got the ice damage, so you have less overall damage than a Firebug would, but you have the ice damage which mitigates the enemy's resistances, so they don't get any Grizzly perk, any Averter, or anything like that. No resistances at all, you just do flat damage to wherever you shoot in, which is quite nice. But the biggest difference between a Scatty and a Firebug is that the jet, if you will, or the projectile of the Scatty is a far further range and a far more concentrated burst. As you can see, it goes really quite a distance. Basically meaning that I think Scaddies will do really well up against hovers and anything that's basically trying to run away from you. So hovers, devourer cars, master cars, nemesis cars, stuff like that. Something whereby you're going to need that extra range just to hit them if they do manage to get away from you. The problem with firebugs sometimes can be that obviously you need to get in quite close to the enemy. So if you don't like get a really good catch on our first approach, then you can be in a bit of trouble. Even though a Griffin and a Yeti is incredibly overpowered in Crossout, in my opinion, just because it lets you get a first hit on someone without them ever knowing, and you can cover the entire bloody map in cloak if you need to. I've gone over that quite a lot. But even though it's overpowered, if you are on a Firebug Griffin Yeti, for example, and you miss that first hit, or they get away from you, and you then have to chase the enemy, it can be really difficult because the Firebugs don't have that much range. But the Scaddies, as you can see, they have quite a lot of range. The nice thing about that range as well is because it's frost damage, if we shoot at movement parts, which is what we're going to be trying in this video, I want to shoot at movement parts as opposed to cabin, because if we shoot at the enemy's movement parts, those movement parts don't get any resistances. Now, if you're shooting at hermits, for example, they don't get their perk, they rely on that resistances. Things like hovers as well, if we shoot at frame and hover level on an enemy hover, their frames don't get the resistances, so they're going to come off much quicker, and their hovers won't get their damage protection because most people run the damage protection hovers these days as opposed to the power ones, which is pretty good. So I think that Scaddies will be very good up against any build that is trying to run away from you, like a hover or like a ranged wheel build. It will still lose, of course, to like a Firebug or a Triton in a 1v1, or at least it should. But even then, like I said, it's not really meant to be fighting these enemies. And even if you do, the Scaddy perk comes in quite useful because the Skadi mitigates the damage wherever it's hitting you by 25%, which is pretty nice. So even if we get into a fight that we shouldn't be in, like if we accidentally run into the front of a Firebug build or a Draco build, we probably won't win that fight, but we should do decent enough damage, I think, at least. I also fused the Skaddies just to see if the thermal effect rate, how much of a difference that would make on the damage meter. For anyone who's curious, it's like an extra 100 damage a weapon if you have the thermal effect rate. The thermal effect rate, for those who don't know, basically means that the frost or the heat basically just builds up faster. So it's just a bump in DPS, essentially. It's not a huge bump, it's like I said, 100 damage per gun. So we're going to jump in now with this, with what should be a very strong build, because we've got a Griffin, which is overpowered, a combination with a Yeti, which is overpowered, the Skaddies, which seem very viable, and we've got it on the widgets. Widgets are really quite meta wheels these days. They've got really good durability overall, they've got very good power in their lower mode, and they've got very good resistances in their higher mode. So if you're fighting something whereby you just need to chase them, like a hover, for example, you just stay in lower mode, and you've got incredible power and speed. If you're fighting something a bit heavier, like a spider or a meat grinder, then you can just raise up the mode, and then your widgets get very good damage resist. So they're very meta at the moment, and I wanted to give them a tryout as well. So we'll jump into the usual 6 games of PvP now, guys, and I hope you will enjoy. Oh, actually, sorry, I didn't. I wanted to cover something. The I do have a new mic on its way. It should be here in like a couple of days, from what I understand, or by the end of the week, which is pretty nice because I imagine I've had quite a lot of messages basically saying that please get a different mic. Your mic quality is crap, so that should be fixed soon. And also, The channel, I believe, my missus told me yesterday, has just passed like 1 million views, which is really cool. So yeah, thank you for all your support and all that stuff. But yeah, we'll jump in now, guys, and I hope you all enjoy. Right, coming in, Scaddies. Let's see what you can do. So basically, we've got firebugs, kind of with less damage and more range, and frost damage, of course, which is pretty nice. Nothing gets their resistances against us, which would come in handy. And we're on the OP Griffin, and we've got widgets, which are also very strong. Oh my god, there's a bunch of dogs. Hello, sir. Try getting as low as possible. Mess with his frames and all that sort of stuff. Please, tower, please don't come down. No, it's a little bit. Okay, cool. Oh, that's a dog. I need to run away from him. Thank you for pinging. The tower's gonna come down any second now. Wait, why would you? Okay. I wonder if I can use the range of the Scotties. Robot go. How many bloody dogs is it? This is number 4? Come on, mate, come in. I'll aim low as I can. Hopefully the light is over. Wait, I should use my why not? Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, this thing has a Pandora. I should probably take that off. I'm not a fan of it. Right, well the first game went pretty well, considering we weren't aiming to fight dogs. Like I said, we want to fight things that can run away from us to use our extra range, like covers and ranged wheel builds, like muscle cars. But it's nice to see that they can still deal with, you know, melee builds. At the end of the day, when you catch a bug in its side or whatever, it may be a Triton, they don't get the resistances, so they don't get any like grizzly perk or Verta or anything like that, which is really nice. Right, he's out of his capcan. I was like, right, yes, capcan's a little bit further ahead, so I can just go for him now. Come on, there we go. Good job, widget. Oh, hello. What are you? Okay. He answers me. I am just gonna ignore this guy. Unless he's heating for one of his teammates, I am not scared. Wait, I'm not going for you, come on. Get over here. Speaking of things that want to run away from us. Yeah. There we go. Finally. Oh my god, this guy's gonna kill me with incinerators. Don't be dead. Right, so yeah, we dealt with the frames and the wheels of that widget Yom pretty well, I'd say. I'm just gonna drop back now. Let the ensign come into the open. Thanking you. Mate, just dead. You're on an incinerator. There we go. Yeah. Right, well, so far so good, I'd say. I like the fact that we've got the extra range and the accuracy to take off wheels and frames and stuff. Feels really nice. Firebug, sometimes you feel like, you know, you got a carbon, which is difficult to get hold of. Oh my sweet lord. I don't fancy that. Ding, 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 ding. And nice, now that you run away from me, I have Scuddy, so I wouldn't recommend running away from me. Yeah, that felt pretty awesome. I like it. Like, they can't really run away from it, you know? The hell are you? Yeah, I was carving it. And it's still a pretty decent fireball at the end of the day. Okay. Can I just take his grinders off? Wait, widget. What is this? Now my widgets have nice resistances. So I should be able to just take these grinders off, I think. Or just carve him, whatever works. You just wait until I, land of Chad. Okay, burn his wheels as much as I can before I die, which probably won't be long. Take his frame, take everything. Bloody hell. Alright, I know that the supporting build for this thing is very strong. Like, the widgets are very strong, the Griffon is overpowered as hell. But the guns feel really quite good. Like, you can't really run away from this thing, like you could see from the Triton build, was it last game, or the Draco build from last game? When you run away from this thing, because of its range, it really doesn't like it, you know? With Firebug, that's not so much of an issue. Bot! Hate you, bot. Okay. Okay, no, I don't fancy that. Sorry, Timon, but like... Okay, let's finish this one. Oh, you son of... Okay. Always look for alternatives when you... Oh, you took my pawn over. Okay. Yeah, always look for alternatives when you screw up an attack like that. Let's wait for my Yeti again, because Yeti is very balanced. I don't really care about the drone guy, truth be told. I would rather get these hovers. Where is this guy? Oh, there he is, okay. Come here, sir. I screwed that up massively. Luckily, the captain cancelled. Team I could do with some help, to be honest. You know what? You'll get it. Oh, the capcans didn't activate fast enough. Jesus, these things suck these days. Not the Scotties, the capcans. Oh, well, is he stripped or what? Are he stripped? Are we gonna get people? No, without ammo. We've killed so many people. Okay. Fair enough. Oh, you poor soul. Yeah, let me help. No. Yes. No. There we go. Yeah, for this build here, I have my handbrake on R1 just to make it easier to use. I would recommend that for anyone who's using widgets, just because the wheels are really good and they have like really good power and really good resistances. It's just driving wise, they can be quite awkward. They can oversteer a lot. So handbrake on R1 is just nice. Okay, we can let him go past and then we can attack his friendo. hopefully take his frames and his Jenny and all that fun stuff. All this cabin, I guess. Can you? That is why Griffin is disgusting and did not need a buff. 0 things he could do. The hell? Oh, friendly ball. Alright, teammate. Okay, cool. Excuse me. Thank you. Give me your stuff, please. Oh, nice. I like that range. Alright, sold it. We are vegetarian sometimes. Right, we'll do a couple more games then, because that should be enough footage at that point. I'll just hit my Griffin because I will press in record. Good job, Luke. Yeah, to be fair, I've said this a few times before, but the most recent balance changes from devs were really good for the game. Like 9 out of 10 things they brought in were fantastic, really good for the variety, the health of Crossout, I think. So really good job. It's just a few of sorry, there's a guy I just drove by. A few of them, a few matters they have kind of crapped the bed on though. One of which was the Griffin buff, in my opinion. It just really didn't need it, man. And another one is the Photon that did not need to be a 30% damage buff to all of the heat weapons in the game. Hello, sir. But besides that, like pretty much everything else is fine. Actually, really good. Better stuff. Any day now. Wall riding. I'm out here. I'm just gonna shop by everything. You know what? Come here. Maybe you did ask for it. Yeah, the extra range I really like because you can't run away. Yeah, that was I really like that. A firebug wouldn't have been hitting him with that range. Okay, I'm not attacking you. Howdy. But yeah, there's a lot of Novas. Start shooting or something. Okay, yeah. My Griffin ran out. You can see on his off glass. He's like, wait. Can I kill 3 people? Oh, nearly. Yes, I can. Jesus. Go away, bot. Okay, 4 people. Oh my god, who's this guy now? He doesn't see me, hopefully. Get over here. Am I gonna have the ammo? I'm not, I'm gonna run out of ammo. Any chance you could dead? Because I'm out of ammo. Alright, last game in the Scuddies. But yeah, these things, really good. Really, really good, honestly. Much better than I thought they'd be. I would take these over Dracos pretty much every time. In fact, the only thing I can see Dracos being useful for over Scuddies would be on, like, meta brick builds. But they've recently nerfed those, you don't really get them anymore. You know, the type of builds where you've got, like, the Dracos hidden underneath the cabin type of thing. That's kind of break the game every once in a while. That's the only thing I would use Dracos for. Everything else, just go with Scuddies. Okay, look, that was a mistake. I'm out of here. Adios, muchacho. Are there any actual covers? He'll do. Oh, poor guy. Man, these things are squirrely as hell. frames, nice and quick. Relatively quick. Okay, nice. We can push Marlow. He seems like our next. Nope. This guy seems like our next target. Please don't just randomly shoot bridge. Extra range, please. Nice. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, these things like to climb walls. Yeah, okay. Careful with the widgets. They like to go wall climbing sometimes. God, these things have so much power. Excuse me, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'll just food for this guy right now. Oh, nice. Let's go. Oh my god, when you lose widgets, I think the remaining ones have just so much power, it's really hard to keep on track. Make your drone build, or don't build your mine layer, you're gonna need to go at people, I think. Okay. Range, Scotty range, just go. Okay, and that is it for the Skadi Griffin widget car. As you guys can see, this thing is very good, especially when you're, like I said, using that extra range that you have on Firebugs when you're chasing down hovers and ranged cars. These things are quite good. I would definitely pick Skadis over Dracos. The only reason, like I said in game, for picking a Draco that I can see is if we're in a Draco brick meta, whereby you come out of Dracos under the cab and kind of abuse that mechanic. But even then, at the moment, I would just pick Tritons over Dracos anyway. So if you're looking for a legendary alternative to a Firebug, funnily enough, I would honestly pick the Skadis because they operate in basically the same way. They have more range, they're easier to use, and they're really quite engaging and fun, to be honest. I really enjoyed these weapons today. So thank you all for watching, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will catch you for tomorrow's.